So got a little extra rest for some of their lineup. Setting up this semifinal matchup. Michael Barnett to Reese Moore, and here we go with semifinal number one. It's ball one from Barnett. Get a deep count on. And Moore is an aggressive hitter, and true to that scout on both guys, it's a quick at-bat to start the day. Well, that first pitch strike for any pitcher is always important to watch, but especially for Barnett. His splits, first pitch strike versus first pitch ball, pretty wide gap there. And Mitchell, even though Barnett fell behind, is retired on. Got the swing and the miss, and now a routine fly ball to center that Brennan runs down, and it's a 1-2-3 inning on 11 pitches. West has found his everyday spot as a sophomore in left field. 2-1, 2-2.
Well, what has paid dividends for UCLA this year was what happened last year. This year, that experience has paid off.
Back to the middle and caught by Savary. Hello.
Now he's going to tell everybody tomorrow that he charged this ball. Ball, great reaction. He caught it. He made the play.
Guy that hits as many home runs as him. So very easily see him get a little chase happy. Payoff. Pulled on the ground to third. Ranging to his left, Frost fires out the player of the year. Mostly a gap-to-gap type season out of the cleanup hole for Martin the first 3 months. But more than half of his home runs on the year have come in the month of May. And he drives this ball to left. It pushes Nelson back a few steps. And he's got room to retire the side. And back to Cade Obermueller with some run support. That runs in on him, and the Hawkeyes have their first base runner of the day.
Well, you still want to have enough in the tank, so if you're really extended, you can't do that. But I see what you're getting at. But I think what sinker pitchers need to learn is to pitch under control and regulate that velocity.
Swing and a miss, runners off, throw to second is off the glove of Call.
Duggar in the throw, and yeah, I believe this is the correct call. You've got to stay in the...
Couple of calls, Dave Condon, the home plate umpire, right on top of. Keen eye back there, calling the balls and strikes. And a swing and a miss. Iowa with high spin, big arms, big strikeouts. And Salgado puts one in play and has his first hit of the Big Ten tournament.
All he needs to be talked about is what a heads-up play that was by Chilowski, and I'll explain in a minute.
Peyton Brennan's big tournament carries on. He's been a big part of those huge innings. And the Bruins have one cooking in this second inning.
Very rarely do you ever talk about, from an offensive standpoint, you'd like it to be called safe. But that's what happened.
Salgado down at third, Brennan at second. That trail runner has speed, Brennan does. And that's on the inside corner.
By Rogers. And it's a strikeout in a key situation for the Hawkeyes.
Crowd starting to rise in a big early moment in this semifinal game. 2 on, 2 outs. The 2-2 is a bouncer to the right side. Wolf ranges down to a knee, up with it, and out number 3 in the stop of the third. And Strohmeyer swinging away and drives it to right center. It brought Salgado back and over to the gap. Well, Guerin hasn't been an everyday guy, but he's somebody to watch with the power if he does straighten one out. He has 8 home runs, second on the team for the Hawkeyes. And Barnett paints it on the outside corner.
But when he had to make the pitch, he's going to go to this outside corner.
The luxury for Rick Heller is Andy Nelson is a guy that says, play me anywhere, I just want to hit. And he rolls this into the shift. The Big Ten Defensive Player of the Year, Chilowski, throws it away.
A proper grip on the ball. You can see that he kind of double clutched it and took an extra shuffle step, maybe even underestimating the speed of Nelson out of the batter's box.
Dana, it doesn't hurt him though.
Oh, I'm not saying bunting.
Well, maybe it will. Right through the side where there's nobody. And into right field. Dean West goes to third. Chilowski to second. It's a bunt double for Rock Chilowski.
Well, he sees the shift, and all he has to do is get a ball to the right side, and he gets it to the right side with authority. And It's perfectly placed. A heads-up play by the...
At second and third with nobody out for Lavu, who bounces it through the middle. Iowa conceding the run, and Mitchell throws him out. 3 infielders on the left side with the infield pulled in. And Martin drives it over their heads. Nelson and Risley, do they have a play? Risley does.
UCLA jumps on top with a 2-run lead.
So base is clear for A.J. Salgado. First pitch jammed him. DeGuerin, who collects, and the inning comes to an end.
A bunt double.
Never. That right there, I don't think I've ever seen in the big leagues or in the minor.
All right, thanks, Dana, and thanks to Tika for doing that. As Caleb Wolf strokes a single past the dive of Call. Not going. Risley, flare over Chilowski's head. West comes on. West traps that ball.
Thought he was out. Thought that ball was going to be caught.
And the first pitch is vaulted high into foul territory. Lavu looking for out number 2. He comes together with Call, and it was Lavu that caught it. Look all right. And Lavu has the second out for UCLA.
Well, normal progression there is if the second baseman calls it, the first baseman gives way. Lavu doesn't. He's able to make the catch. Little mini.
And a slow tapper. Call after the collision. Has to rush this over. And the transfer was gorgeous. Injury. And there's ball 4. Third straight inning, the leadoff man gets on. Came when he stole home in the 9th inning in a tie game at Illinois. Helped him win a 10-9 Friday night game. The ball bounced past Garen Fair. Blake Baltz hugs the line. Brennan makes a wide turnaround second, stops at third as Strohmeyer got there quickly. And it's back-to-back innings with a double.
Second and third, nobody out. The Hawkeyes are going to have to bring their infield in. They're already down 2. They elect now instead of bringing him in.
In the second. And he goes through the left side for a base hit. UCLA adds on, ball bobbled by Nelson, but not far enough for another run to come in. Swinging away, drives it to center. Risley is there, plenty deep enough for a sacrifice fly. Baltz runs in, 4-0, with back-to-back 2 spots for the Bruins in the 3rd and the 4th. It's the semifinal spot. High bouncer. Wolf had to wait for the runner, and he won't have a play at first. And he drives this one. More of a traditional swing this time after his bunt. And Chilowski is homered again. His 3rd in the tournament. And he unloads him, bringing 3 to the plate. And it's a crooked number for UCLA on Rock Chilowski's home run.
Jet, and this ball was out over the heart of the plate. A hanging breaking ball.
So give him 23 on the season. After a push bunt over the wall. And
Could get the swing through, and if he sees hitters are doing that, he's going to live up there.
Grounder. Infield was shifted. Wolf takes care of the inning. Can you give it to anybody else?
I don't know if you can, the way he's playing right now.
They had 2 on, but left him stranded last time to the plate. And then the 5 spot went on the board for UCLA. Strohmeyer lofts it to left for West. And he grabs it. Played mostly freshman last year. Won a conference title in the regular season for the first time since 2019. And there's ball 4 to Guerin. Doing games of his on Big Ten Network, and he couldn't really come up with the description for Rock Chilowski's leadership. Like, you just kind of have to live it. Nelson cranks it high in the air to left. West turning. He's watching, and Iowa has a start on what they hope is the comeback trail. Andy Nelson into the bullpen, and it's 7-2.
Barnett, it was up in the zone, and Andy Nelson got all of it. A changeup, bell tie. It ends up in the UCLA bullpen.
Blake Guerin got this started. Through a full count walk. More to a full count. And he's called out on strikes. This is a 10-pitch AB. And he draws a walk. Turn that AB into just a plate appearance. Iowa has started to spoil some of that stuff. They've worked 3 full counts in this inning. This is a 2-1. Serve to left for West, who curls around that and ends the inning by over 10 runs to the next closest team. Swing and a miss. Grant Hogue in that good strikeout stuff.
Spike slider, so to speak.
Came into the season strikeout rate about 30%. And he puts another one in play and it finds grass. Guy that walks more than he strikes out. Inside outs that up the third base line. Fair ball. Frost. Long toss across. Risley in a fight here. And he is put away by the new pitcher, Cal Randall.
He had the high leg kick, too.
You didn't play against him?
No, I don't. May be a surprise, but no, I didn't. I didn't play against Babe Ruth either.
Swing and a miss. Randall throwing flames.
No stride approach, but when you're going to stride, usually you try to time it up with the knee kick of the pitcher. But because Randall has such a high knee kick, that might be throwing these guys off. He's allowed to.
Paul serves it to right. Strohmeyer strides. Strohmeyer backpedals or side pedals.
Raving about the job that Dean West has and how hard he's worked to become an ideal leadoff hitter.
Man, that was not a perfect bunt by any means, and he still legs it out. Give him 23 on the year. His next home run will tie Torey Lovullo, the manager of the Arizona Diamondbacks, and former UCLA Bruin, with 24 in a season, which would be 9th in a single season in UCLA history. And first pitch, he attacks it to right, and that finds grass, the gap, and the wall. West can fly. He motors around third. Relay coming to the plate, and it's not in time.
Frustrating because you think, well, I'm going to have to go away against this guy and keep it away from him, and look what he does with it. Just an absolute missile into the right center gap. West sees it, it's down, and then once he does, it's off to the races. Doesn't hesitate, rounding third.
Well, Rock Chilowski staying hot in this tournament as he's been all season long, but as he hits that double.
That's exactly right. Got to play the game.
Well, you could walk him.
Yeah, but that's no fun.
Well, it's better than extra bases against your pitching staff, isn't it? Living proof?
No, but I mean, know your role. I was a singles hitter. There's not anything that you can celebrate.
With 3 balls and 2 strikes. In a loaded count. It's bounced up the middle. Hawkeyes playing for 2. And they turn it. And ground ball to second. Phoenix call is a vacuum out there. And 1 up, 1 down. It's been a late season change for Blake Guerin. He floats this to shallow center. Brennan races on. He's on the spot. He's athletic enough to do it. Payoff. Driven to left. Out to that same part of the yard, but it hangs up for West. From the Penn State hot dog day. That's outside, ball 4. Pick group of UCLA players similarly. Swing and a miss to Baltz. Likely first round pick next year. Runner takes off, pitches a ball, throw to second, is right into the runner.
Great exchange by Rogers as he gets rid of it quickly. Look where the tag is.
Ruling on the field as the runner is out. UCLA will be charged 1 challenge.
He missed any time. Check swing, right dives off the mound to go get it. Caught it clean. 80s came off the bat. He's become a real big extra base hit bat. And he pulls this on the ground to third. Martin cuts it off, and Wilmus, and just a pinch hitter in this tournament. And Mitchell fights one off to left. West's ease is in state. Good junior college for a little bit, bring him back after a little bit of development elsewhere. This led to Wolf Mania.
Oh. Just in.
Here's the payoff. And it's ball 4. I think he'll end the tournament with that distinction. A ground ball, who wants it? Frost cuts it off and throws out Chilowski.
It's not that way anymore. So don't listen to a fossil like me.
Oh, that's off the head of West. He locates it and realizes he has a free base waiting for him.
Fielder.
LaVue strokes it to left center for a base hit, and that splits the gap. Risley runs it down before it can get too far, and LaVue's got an RBI double. Same high school as Mike Witt, former big league pitcher with the Angels. Swing and a miss, and down he goes. Counts 1-1, and Salgado slaps it to short. Mitchell makes the catch, and that ends the inning. And that runs inside, and ouch.
On the right forearm or hand. Yeah, right hand.
First base runner for Iowa against this pen, and a strikeout looking of Wood. And the Hawkeyes down to their final 2 outs of this semifinal. First pitch swing, dumps it over first base, and it's fair. It's a base hit. Risley comes on to score, and Henning's up there to swing away.
Ball was in. Got jammed a bit, but strong enough to fight it off.
This is Jackson Beeman. Penn State has had a day plus to think about getting to another championship. That's a called strike 3. The 2-strike deal is swung on and missed. Co-champions in the regular season. And they'll play for an outright Big Ten tournament title tomorrow. As Rock Chilowski adds his 3rd home run of the Big Ten tournament. That was the big swing in this game. Bullpen took care of the rest. 3-hit day, 4 reaches, and a backflip. Knowing who the top 16 seeds are, UCLA and Oregon have a very strong case for that.